Phryction Phyre Dojo Tape 1.
This section describes what makes up the Phryction Phyre Dojo. In regards to the name, Phryction Phyre Dojo, I mentioned earlier that in this age of the search engine, it needed to be set apart from the words Phryction Phyre. Specifically, what we do here at the Phryction Phyre Dojo is the Tao of Lao training in the art and science of the ethical life-supporting skills of wood friction firekeeping. This is the first and original place of the way of friction firekeeping. This dojo is also the only one that not only transmits all 8 primal basics and their variations, but its own unique design methods variations, along with its own unique catalog outline system. The Phryction Phyre Dojo transmits from the perspective of firekeeping's original function and purpose. Perspective is kept by my own personal life and death experiences, including those from emergency room nursing. The Phryction Phyre Dojo is held as a teaching metaphor for learning all things life-supporting and promoting. And by this, the Phryction Phyre Dojo is guided by Dr. Robert L. Humphrey's balanced life value theories and his balance equation method, as well as Jack Coban's living values and Resolution Group International ethical principles. The Phryction Phyre Dojo freely combines the traditional and primitive methods along with modern and civilized methods. The Phryction Phyre Dojo uses teaching and training principles from Soke Masaki Hatsumi's Bujinkan Dojo, such as transmission through both actual training and a densho. The Phryction Phyre Dojo has an original and unique Hiden Denki Densho. Kihon Happo basics. Kihon means foundational basics, and Happo is 8 methods. Strangely coincidental, the Bujinkan Dojo's 8 basics are made up of 5 grappling methods and 3 striking. Our 8 primal basics are made up of 5 drill methods and 3 linear methods. Keep going is a phrase used by Hatsumi Sensei to encourage students to not stop nor give up. Perseverance is the heart of our art as represented by the kanji nin. Training never ends, and the idea of training with long-term sustainability in mind is key. Ukemi can be translated as injury prevention, not just techniques or methods of safety, but as a principle. In the Bujinkan Dojo, we bow in at the start of training and connect with the lineage, and we say, Shikin Haramitsu Daiko Myo, which roughly translates to, in the next moments we train, may be the enlightenment we seek. Training with insight in discovering and clarifying principles and recognizing value. In training with insight, one doesn't just mimic the teacher's physical movements. One looks to find the formless principles which guides the creation of the technique or method. In recognizing value, this comes from a personal story from training in the Hanbu Dojo in Japan with Hatsumi Sensei. One Sunday, during a break in training for tea, Sensei decided to sit with me and my friend. Through a translator, he personally explained to us the importance of recognizing the value of things that would ordinarily be overlooked as unimportant, especially in matters of life and death. In my own words, you have to look for and find your own luck. Henka is Japanese for variations. Some schools of thought would rather teach strict unchanging form, but its adaptation and innovation that are keys to long-term sustainability and survival. In the Bujinkan, we begin with a method from the Densho and then work along a theme, much like having played and knowing a song so well that you can break form and jazz. Hiden. As I mentioned earlier, some stolen Densho could not be read due to the techniques within had cryptic names only a person of that lineage could interpret. One famous technique in the Bujinkan Dojo is Onikudaki, or Ogre Crusher. Although in today's day and age, this is unnecessary for survival, the Phyre Dojo continues this tradition in its catalog of methods. The Hi Dojo. Hi is fire in Japanese. It is a collective of structures of my own creation in order to assist in the training and transmitting of the principles of firekeeping. What the Phyre Dojo is not. We are not pyromaniacs nor pyrophiliacs. These are mental and emotional disorders. We are not arsonists. We are not criminals. We are not militant primitivists. This is a cultural ideology which, like anything extremist, you would find elitist, even if they call themselves purists. Dojos today adapt to civilized modern times. We do not teach other forms of fire making. The reason for this is similar to why you don't go to a Chinese restaurant and order a pizza. We are not militia or survivalists. We are not getting ready for any kind of downfall or Armageddon. We are going about our day-to-day business, and our ideals tell us, in practice, to provide for our family and the tribe. We are not competitive nor adversarial. Ego is not welcome. Cooperation and innovation will always have a comfortable seat to stay.